Welcome ladies and gentlemen to Matt Side's coverage of the final of the North Island Championship triples being held in Rotorua. My name's Alex Reid and joining me in commentary today is Michael Lawson. And in the final today we're going to watch Terry Blackburn, Matthew Farquhar and Paul Pasala take on Simon Poppleton, Darren Bell and Georgia Fisher. It's going to shape up to be a pretty good one. I think we saw a great semi-final. A great semi-final before with Simon Poppleton taking out that win on an extra end against Bruce Meyer's team, and the other semi was a little bit more convincing.
Yep, I think you're right, Alex. It's going to be quite a good finish to the weekend's bowls. Both Bruce and Simon in the semi-final. Both obviously only just arrived today to play in the triples, and it was a great matchup of a couple of real old steady heads.
For sure, and exciting for the crowd. So we've seen a lead off the first bowl here from Georgia. Orange, good green, just a little bit shy. The mats aren't too bad where they are at the moment. It's quite nice. The greens are nice and consistent, and where they've got this mat it won't be that up or downhill, so we should see some pretty good heads. And what a first bowl there from Paul Pasala.
Yep, I guess it's like all these big halls that we play in, Alex. I mean, the mats do vary from time to time. You may see a few demons in the floor, but it looks like this is going to be a great drawing mat, as you said. Great bowl there for Georgia.
It's interesting if you look at the leads, it's sort of youth versus experience there. We've got Paul Pasala sitting on 9 national titles?
I believe so, that's right.
9 national titles, his first one in the mid-80s. And
yes, spanning quite a time period there.
Georgia, I don't think would have been born for the first 2 or 3 of his national titles.
Could even be for the first 5 even.
Okay, good point.
Darren Bell's obviously just getting down to play. Obviously Darren's one of these amazing stories where he used to be playing with his other hand and had to change after an injury to his normal bowling hand and come back and bowling very well.
Yeah, incredible. A good first bowl there from Darren Bell on what is now his forehand, I suppose.
Yep. So Matthew Farquhar will be next to bowl, and obviously Matthew and Terry have been doing quite well this weekend. Runner-up in the pairs on Saturday, which is the repeat for Matthew from 2018.
Yes, and I believe he got runner-up in the Queen's Birthday pairs a year or 2 before then as well, so he's had 3 finals losses in this hall.
Right, maybe today's his day.
He will not be hoping for a 4th.
No.
Simon just indicating that he wants Darren past the head. Oh, what a good overhead shot there, Joy.
So obviously in the first couple of ends, the guys will be just trying to feel the speed of the mat, get an idea. You'll see a lot of draw shots. But triples is quite an interesting game where you'll see a lot of bowls be played, jack being moved around, compared to like the 4s and pairs games in particular. Yeah,
almost like it's a good game if you like chasing the jack around the mat. There's not much head building in triples, I find. You just you go for the shot and try and build that pressure up. Yeah, pretty reasonable start here, barring that first bowl, which was perfect green, a little bit shy. We've got 6-7 bowls within a few feet of the jack, which is, I suppose, why these people are in the final.
Yep. Simon Poppleton coming down, just trying to get past the shot bowl, but falling short.
He's in good form this season, and Simon. He won the Auckland Head-Select Singles a couple of weeks ago. I believe it's the first centre singles he's won in his career, after having 6 or 7 runners-up in 6 or 7 different.
And knowing
centres.
Simon, he'll be looking forward to the plane ride down to Dunedin if he happens to win the zone playoff.
That has been mentioned, and I believe he is overwhelmed.
That's good. Terry just obviously missing the shot bowl and just falling into a very good position. Simon will be looking to try and rest the 2 blues.
Yeah, for sure. Watching it pretty intently on his backhand. How's his weight?
It's a little bit closer, but
just a little bit shy. So you see there, Orange is holding 1, but it's pretty clear the jack's just going nicely back. It's one of those bowls you just have to put in the area, don't you there, Mike?
I think Terry's got quite a few options here with the weight. As you said, just in that zone. Only the one down at the moment.
Should allow her to play with a bit of confidence, I think. So on her backhand, just reaching through. She needs to connect with something.
A little bit tight. Yeah, probably just a bit unlucky. And as we say, the first ends, everyone's trying to find their line and their weight.
So that'll be one there to start off kickstart the scoring on the first of 10 ends that they will play in this final. It's a 10 end final, and I think it's, how long's the time limit?
An hour.
An hour to play 10 ends. That should be sweet.
So Georgia again, just that first bowl, just trying to find that line. The weight looks very good. Paul Posala, very systematic with his delivery, placing the bowl in his hand.
Yes, I think he's always done that. And he goes 2 knees on his forehand and 1 knee on his backhand, but he puts the different knee to what you would usually see up on his backhand. And he told me it's because he got confused at a club night. He was watching what the good players did, like he used to play against a commentator a lot, and he saw he played off 1 knee, but something got lost in translation, and Paul started putting the wrong knee up, and it's worked reasonably well for him. So I think he's stuck with it.
It is a common issue, not an issue, it's a common thing to see players in many clubs following the good bowlers around, copying what they see. That's why all of a sudden you'll come to a club in the South Island particularly and you'll see everyone's a push bowler, because that's how the good bowlers were push bowlers at the time. So Paul drawn just short of the jack, so be happy with that.
Georgia's second bowl, I think we can just about see it in the centre of the square, so she went past with good line. You're never too upset when a ball goes past the head in a game of triples in particular.
No, well, you will have seen those that were here watching the great semi-final. Simon Poplin had 3 back bowls right at the back of the mat and managed to push the jack back to put Bruce Meyer in an awkward position. Matthew again will be probably looking to draw down towards the jack. If he can tuck it in, it'll be great, but if not, just getting past the front of the square.
Yeah, for sure. And he did something. He drew close by the looks.
Yep. Yeah.
three pretty good blue balls there. So Darren has to make a call now. Is he drawing to the spot, or do you think he'll overplay this?
I think it'll be slightly reach and weight, middle of the square type thing. His first bowl was pretty good line, so.
Lovely overhead shot there. See how the head is sitting. Oh, something's changed.
Yeah. Sorry, folks, for the our footage here is cutting in and out. So our commentary is a little bit lost with some of the pictures.
Yeah, we'll do a bit of a radio commentary for them as well. I think Darren must have. Oh, blank. We got 4, so that's a great head there for blue.
Yeah, Darren looked like he might have just shelved the front blue, just on the draw. And Matthews capitalised and got in there again.
Yeah, lovely head. It's what you want to cross over to see if you're in the blue team, and Poppy under a bit of pressure on his backhand now with weight. Good shot, good bowl.
And even with the way the blues have sat, it even opens up that back orange again, the importance of that bowl behind the jack.
Lovely positive bowl from Simon. So Terry's just deciding now with Matthew what her best course of action is. It looks like they're going to try and clog up the backhand shot themselves, draw right in there.
Well, we also haven't seen how the other side of the mat plays yet, so obviously Terry won't want to try out and find it's got a big swing or something like that.
Yeah, it would be a bad time to be surprised by a mat. On her backhand now, she's watching it. Breaks into the head. Not horrible, pretty reasonable actually. It's a good place for a bowl to finish.
So I might still look to play up to the short of the 2 blues. They may both move off the head.
Or you could be guessing what the forehand does. Looks like he's going for almost an inside-out split.
Yeah. I think he'd be playing a lot of weight. And then should take the swing factor out of it.
Makes its way up the mat. He's played it with very controlled weight there. And that's okay. Considering that he crossed over 4 down, obviously Terry's looking to make it a 3, but if he can sort of escape with a 1 or a 2, they won't be too upset, blue.
Yep.
Conversely, Terry really will be wanting to make this 3 points.
This has probably been a strength for Terry's bowls over this weekend. Her
Brilliant. Yeah.
making that last one count. So we're sitting 3-1.
Yeah, and a strong end there from the blue team of Terry and Matt and Paul, building that head nicely. And Paul leading off again. Chucking the jack possibly a little bit shorter than what he might have hoped to.
Yeah, I was going to say, Alex, I mean, obviously in the game of triples, because the jack can move around so much, do you find that most of the better teams like to play a longer jack to try and get to it first and limit the options of the opposition?
Absolutely. Or when you're panicking, sometimes you chuck it short, but it's a different situation.
Yeah, I think normally in triples, especially when teams are chasing bigger scores, you'll see the shorter jack come into play.
Great bowl there from Georgia. She's playing really well today.
Yeah, and she'll be happy with that for her lead-off bowl. The first two ends, she was just a wee bit wayward, but that's great.
Paul on the backhand again. How much is it going to hold? Good shot there from Paul Pasala. He's never a player who's scared. He'll draw, say, a front toucher on his forehand. He's always happy to back himself just to go around the front toucher on his forehand again. A lot of players, you do something like that and you want to switch to the other side in case you bump it, but he's happy just to go bang, bang, close.
Yeah. George just come down. Very good line, just a wee bit short. You know, still another bowl on the head.
I think Matthew thought he was playing his forehand to start off with, and Jerry just called the backhand there, so they're having a conversation about what they want his bowl to do.
Yeah, I think Terry's going to be happy if this bowl of Matthews actually just gets past the head even.
So that little bit of head building that you do sometimes see. How's his weight?
Yeah,
well, he wasn't short. They're going in the direction that's slightly downhill on this floor. The portion they're in at the moment, it's a little bit up or downhill, and then there are other bits where it's more than a little bit up or downhill. You find that it's probably 1 or 2 feet difference in the weight.
Darren Bell will be looking to just reach into this head. Still nice green.
How quickly is it going to break for him? Oh, he's shuffled something around. Yeah, you can see there the orange is holding the shot at 9 o'clock. And Matthew being called to play his forehand, I think. And just try and draw as close as he can. He won't be fussed if he doesn't get the shot, if he can finish wide.
Just pulling up a wee bit short.
Yes. Won't be that chuffed with that bowl, I don't think.
Darren again will be this bowl's just mainly focusing on getting another one on the head, giving the skip some options, some angles. It's not necessarily has to get the shot. Getting the shot's always nice, but
a little bit of a feather. Yeah, pretty good ball.
Down.
Darren and Simon, of course, have been a combination that have been playing together for a number of years, probably nearly 20 years now, I suppose. They won the National Peers in about 2004-ish.
Yes, ish. That's correct.
Around then.
Yep.
I think they beat John Zitterstein and someone else in the final.
Yep. They got runner-up in the Nationals here in the Peers in Rotorua a few years ago as well.
Yes, yeah. 2013, I think that was.
Yeah.
So a long-lasting combination with a pretty reasonable amount of success, really. Terry just getting bogged on that orange. So orange is still holding 1. You'd almost want to be... What would you do here, Mike?
I think Simon might still play up. If he happens to get under the orange, he could sneak the blues, cut the edges out, give Terry very little. First bowl's probably just trying to set it in. He's very close.
A bit unlucky there, but it's not the end of the world. They've still got a good shot set on, so that's where one of the times you can afford to be proactive, even though you're holding the shot. This is the way it's set now. If Terry and Matthew don't decide to do something, Poppy's just going to pop the blue off for 2 or 3.
Yeah, so even if Terry is holding shots, she's obviously going to be looking at trying to change something, because you don't want to drop a 3, playing for the position.
Deciding to try and lock it in on the backhand, I think, by the looks of that hand waving we got from Matthew Farquhar.
Yeah.
She needs to draw it absolutely perfect.
Looks to be good green.
Half a chance.
Speed's coming around.
Needs to lock it in.
That's a very good bowl.
Yeah, very good shot. It almost looks like they both go though, still, doesn't it? No, not so good on the overhead, Joy.
Yeah. I think Simon will still be just reaching down, similar speed to what he played, just trying to sit the orange down. Even if it gets a wee flick on the jack, he might make 2 out of it.
Yeah, you got options there. If he shanks it and hits that blue that sits at 3 o'clock, you could get a miracle result and pop the jack out for 1 or 2 well.
And that's exactly what Simon was sort of indicating, the edge of the blue to come back in. So we may even see him play with a little bit more speed and looking for the edge of that orange.
Yeah,
definitely more speed.
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate. I mean, and that's the risk you take. Any weighted bowl down the map, if you don't quite get your line right, that's what it is. It's finals pressure, of course. You take your chances if you think they're there.
Absolutely. And as you said earlier, in triples you see quite a lot of that sort of style of play because it can be a huge reward. So a 6-1 lead at the moment, Terry Anderson's team of Matthew Farquhar and Paul Pasala after 3 ends.
Yeah.
They'll be feeling pretty reasonable.
I think a game with triples also, the Poverton team won't be that too concerned just yet. You normally, if you can just look to score that next end or the next 2 ends, rebuild. Triples is an amazing game where there's some big shots all of a sudden played and heads get opened up.
For sure. They'll also have that confidence. You can always draw a lot of confidence from a big win in a semi-final, and they weren't down and out in that game against Bruce, but they were trailing for the majority of it.
Yeah.
And Poppy and Darren and Georgia stepped up and played 2 pretty good ends to sort of snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. So they'll be thinking about that, and they'll have plenty of confidence still.
Oh, for sure. I guess, Alex, the only other thing that's probably going to be looked at this after this final is the player of the tournament. Do you have any indication on who might be in the running?
Yes. I feel like Terry and Matthew must be extremely close to have already winning the player of the tournament because they lost a pairs final and they're now in a triples final. I don't recall how they went in the fours.
First round.
First round, yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to speak out of turn, but I feel like they've probably sewn up the player of the tournament joint holders.
Right. I thought there was, sometimes there's those, every now and then, I know like the Archer and Blackburn combination were going very good, probably in the pairs and fours. Obviously unlucky today, not qualifying.
Yes.
Rather large upset probably. The, Linda McCurdy, Rochelle, they sort of got down to the last few in most events. But yeah, I think strong showing with 2 finals in particular in the last 16 in the fours.
Yeah, unless I've forgotten someone, I'd be pretty surprised if they didn't win the player of the tournament. I think Dave Archer and whoever else it was might have been like a close second. But I think when Terry and Matthew made their way into this final, it just pushed them enough points in front.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, obviously Matthew was just a wee bit unlucky, just sort of not quite in the gap, just pushed the orange round to be sitting 2 down.
After a brilliant bowl from Darren for 2, so that's what you're saying before, the heads in games can turn so quick. At the moment it's looking like, unless something really big is played by blue, orange could be in for a 2 count minimum here.
Exactly. So just finishing off, the player of the tournament is obviously something that's been point system over the 3 disciplines over the weekend. It's quite an honour. Amazing, some years people have never won a title yet managed its consistency over the 3, which is good to see.
It is, yeah. We've got similar to the Robertson Cup that we have in the national championships.
Yes,
as well.
I think it's called the Badge Makers Trophy.
The Badge Makers Trophy.
Yes.
Cool.
And I believe it's donated by the Badge Maker.
That would probably be why it's called that, I suppose, Mike.
Yes.
It's always good when a commentator can point out the obvious.
Yeah, just helping you out.
So 2 orange, no back bowls from either team here. Does Terry go past first and then bump it, or does she play a more proactive shot?
I think she'll be looking to draw close. She won't be too upset if she does tip that blue over. But yeah, the green indicates that she was trying to swing around very close here.
Great shot. That's a brilliant bowl there from Terry. So they had no shot on because there was nothing to hit it to. Now suddenly there's something to hit it to.
Yeah, quite right. And with the head as close as it is, there'll be many different angles. So look at that blue-orange combination in the middle, the wide blue.
Absolutely.
So Simon's looking like he might be just trying to draw into the back of the oranges here, and he's very close.
Good shot. He might have, it depends, he was almost unlucky not to change that plant angle
Yeah.
The blue-orange you're pointing at, which sit on our screen at 9 o'clock. You go through that and you pop the jack back, but I suppose what he set up now is another plant right next to that.
Yeah, a bit wide on the orange, and she takes out the blue.
That's not
So
so
he's
pretty.
looked at the head, she's just walking back now. She may not look at the plant, but she's getting down, and you would think it's going to be a weighted bowl coming through just on the tight side onto the blues.
Backhand, she's very close if she holds. Oh, that was lovely weight, I feel.
Yeah.
Is this a chance? God, that looks like a nice plant, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Got to be half a chance here somewhere for Poppy and Darren to find a way to make more than the two that they've got. It might only just be adding a bonus, I think.
Yeah, and this is where I think even if he's playing it through, because there are 3 blues that are probably close to third shot anyway as it sits, looking to draw down, and
Down to his weight now.
he's just ducking inside.
Oh, just about weaseled in for 3, but I don't think it was. I think it'll be 2 orange there.
Yep, so it will now be 6-3 to black blue and still.
And we must be after
4
ends. So
Yep.
we're nearly at the halfway mark of this final. 9 points scored and 4 ends. And Georgia leading off on her forehand again. Played it well last time she came this way. Just falling that little bit short, but beautiful line.
Yeah.
It's always nice when there's only one thing to correct with your second bowl.
Yes, I normally have 2 things to correct, Alex, but
I know the feeling. That's why I'm commentating the final.
one day I might learn and get there.
And Paul Basala on his forehand as well, taking that same track as Georgia with a slightly better weight.
Yeah, the experience of Paul, I mean, in the way he bowls, he'll get pretty quick once he finds his line, and then just be working on the speed. And you'll notice the jack's a similar spot to last time we come down this way.
Georgia on a nice arc here, she just needs it to reach. 2 very consistent bowls with a lovely green, but she'll be a little bit disappointed that they've fallen short.
I guess the one thing to remember, Alex, is, I mean, some of these players will be quite nervous, that haven't been in a final before or been a long time since a final. It's quite a different experience than your local championships and junior singles and things like that.
Absolutely.
Great bowl.
Good
Bowl
bowl
by
there from
Paul.
Paul. So Darren will be looking to draw the spot, or even pass the spot and then work your way back sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the end before where we said Terry's to get that bowl past to start to give him some options.
Lovely track here from Darren Bell.
Yeah, and he'll be
What a
pretty
beautiful
happy with
bowl.
that.
That's a great shot. Yeah. He's had a couple of, I think he's had a runner-up in every national event, Darren. I know he had a runner-up in the singles to Dion Quirk in 1989. And a triples, who did he lose the triples final to? Might have been semi-final.
Was it in Tauranga? Maybe Darren getting player of the tournament in Tauranga one year, nationals.
Yes, 2008.
And I think he had top 8 finishes in all 4 events.
Yes, I think he lost to Sean and Subinand in the Tauranga semi-final. But I feel like they beat Judy Johnston in the final. Yeah. So his triples runner-up would be with John Freeland against Terry Anderson, actually.
Oh, it could have been.
In Hawke's Bay.
It's probably not something that Darren likes to probably remember much about.
No, I'm sure he'll be chuffed when he listens back to the commentary. And
yeah, and I'll just remind him that, Alex, you brought that up. So Darren actually did just draw bounce.
He has won a title.
And it's amazing how the head changes. George's 2 short bowls now obviously have held up the blue. Darren's got very good position. It's just how quick the triples can sort of change.
Absolutely. It's a game that you love, and sometimes you love to hate depending on how your day's gone. But for sure anything can happen, and it makes it exciting watching. So Orange holding 1.5 here, and Poppy on his forehand will just be looking to get as close as he can, really.
Yeah, any movement on the draw, obviously, securing 3 would be a great result. Especially with the bowls at the front.
Good shot, good shot. Teleported it there. And now if you're blue, you're thinking if we drop a 1, it's okay. You're just drawing a second shot on your backhand and see what develops.
I think Terry can sort of force through here. I think the wide blue-orange could have a chance, and if she's just in between the oranges. But we're going to draw around.
Good track, down to a weight now. That's a top-notch bowl. That's very good. You can see there she's drawn second shot. But there are options now for blue to play if Poppy leaves it alone. he'll be looking to draw on his backhand too, I think, to cover that blue that you can see at 7 o'clock, which is your second shot. You draw like a front toucher there, and it's a good luck. Just having that chat with Darren now and line up on his backhand to play that bowl. Somewhere went near Matthew's knee. Making its way down the mat, needs to clear the front one. He's just got bogged a little bit. It's not the end of the world. What would you play here if you were Terry?
Well,
I'd look for something to hit.
To be fair, I'm not Terry, so I'll probably call 3 or 4 different options and she'll take something different. And that's why, again, she's out there and I'm not.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
You know, being up on the scoreboard, she has a little bit more freedom. She might choose to be a bit more proactive and try to force through the head.
It does look like there are angles set up, but I suppose those bowls in the short are well out of the head, so they'd be easy to shear off. I'd be reticent to hit that front orange that sits at 3 o'clock, because I don't think that's a good result.
I think if she's playing any speed, she'll be looking to be under it and through the split of the oranges onto the blue.
They'll be able to see from their angle whether the bowl's canning out clean or not.
Yeah.
Something happened. There was clapping.
Yeah. We do apologise. It's
yeah.
Sorry, people. We just
based on the clapping that I heard, I would say that was a good bowl from Terry. Yeah. It was, yeah. I don't know how many points she scored.
Scoring shot. We'll go to the man on the ground, Dave Archer. He's just going to have a quick look for us and find out what that score was.
7-3 after 5.
7-3, so 1 blue.
One blue. She must have played one of those cannons that you called, I think.
Yeah.
And a good start there from Paul Pasala. So for the difference, you're orange, you've got 5 ends to go. Again, panic stations aren't there, but you're probably nearly the stage where you're looking to, if you score, you sort of want to start off with a 2.
Yep, and I think that's what they'll be looking for this end. I mean, obviously the importance for the Poppleton team is to score. Anything more than the 1 is, it's going to be much better. And depending on how the head falls, of course, they may look to try and force something. Paul Pasala again, drawing up to the jack, just pushing it further back. George will be wanting to just reach up into the square with this bowl.
On her backhand, reasonable track, down to the weight now. That's a very good bowl.
Yes, touch her right to the back of the mat.
That's a very good bowl, great shot.
So sort of bowl the leads, then turn round and say, well, I've finished now, so good luck to the rest of the team.
Absolutely, and Matthew on his backhand. In your head, you're sort of drawing to the line on that square that you can see 6 or 8 inches past it, and if he bumps it, it shouldn't kill.
So remembering, obviously, if he does kill, it's only the 2 for the seconds. So very important for the 2 seconds to make sure that they're up to the head, not being short.
Yeah, when I play triples, I like my 2 to be aggressive when they can be.
Yeah, I find it doesn't matter what position I play, it's aggressive.
It's easier to be aggressive, Michael.
Yeah.
You don't have to have that much. I was talking about myself, I was going to say you don't have that much ability. I realised that could have come across wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Drawing just short. Terry again, they're just looking on the draw. I mean, it's obviously quite favourable that side of the mat, just to sneak past the bowls. If they did happen to tap the blue-orange combination, it wouldn't be the worst.
Matthew wasn't that far away with his first one. He's taken another lovely track. It's down to his weight. He's watching it intently as it comes up the mat.
It's very close here.
What a great bowl.
Yep.
Great shot. And just a minuscule correction from his first one, and well played.
Yeah. This is all what we were talking about before, how Simon obviously really wanted to make sure he's scoring this end, so he's going to look at being a little bit more aggressive, playing the oranges up and over. Might be a chance if he just misses the oranges.
It should go out relatively clean, and he'll
blue.
play it with lovely weight for his collision bowl to hang around. He's very close here. If he holds, he was unlucky.
Yeah, but again, it's another bowl on the head.
Yeah. A great shot. That's been a well-built head from both teams, really. After Georgia trailed the jack right back, you can see, well, you can't see, but the jack is at 3 o'clock. on that angle. There we are. So I suppose if you're blue, you're thinking we can't afford to leave it because Poppy just plays a little plant and gets a 3 or a 4. You're under a bit of pressure.
I think Terry will feel confident that she can just draw around there, and if she is ducking short into the way.
Yeah, looks like they were talking about a block of sorts then on the backhand.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a very hard sport to commentate the bowls because whether it's a left-handed, right-handed person, everyone sees different options. I mean, there's a shot where the blue could just be drawn clean off the mat or more aggressive trying to clean it. Terry's trying to work out.
Oh. So they played quite an aggressive bowl there. That was...
Yeah.
Oh, fair cool. Fair play. So they've changed the head.
Yeah. Still lost the camera a little bit.
Their way of removing the plant was to get rid of the plant by the looks, and a well played shot. Yeah, that's a good bowl there from Terry. It opens up the backhand now for Simon. Depends how much of a right angle the jack is going to, but he'll just be looking, as you said, Michael, just to draw through that blue. The shot blue. Oh! That wasn't far away. He got a little further up front, I think, but he was not far away from tapping it. That's all he would have needed.
No, and everyone that's played the game in the 80s will just be thinking holes for bowls.
Mm-hmm.
He was so close, and that's probably the hardest thing for him to make a slight change. But this will be again where Terry will be just trying to think, well, that's the shot Simon's going to favour, so what can she do to change it?
Do you block the backhand and force him onto a forehand shot, Michael?
Terry might even just back herself to draw this. Just pull another one in there.
I would not be surprised at that call. I'd go very, very short on my forehand across the head. Even shorter than where Matthew just pointed on the mat. Just past that front tee. I'm proud of you gods.
Yeah.
It's interesting, different theories on how you should block. Like I've always been taught you block across the head, across from the hand that you're trying to play, but some people play their blocks on the same hand as the shot that they're trying to block.
It looks like Terry's playing it, as you said. And interesting again, even where the blocks go. I mean, myself, I actually block as close as I can to the first third.
Yep.
Where you can see this one's come about halfway down the mat.
Yeah.
I would think the way it's sitting, Simon will still be able to get around that. And I always think that's why when you're drawn to the halfway of the mat, you don't get your block in the right place. Sometimes it's just a good guide.
Yeah, if you go as close as you can to the first third, the angles, physics. You go a bit closer, there should be less available to them.
Exactly. It's coming down.
Poppy around the blue. I'm not sure how his weight is.
Oh, yeah, he's just... Oh, he got that same hole.
Same gap. That's a bit stiff. That's two well-played bowls there from Simon. Blues hung on and scored another point. So they creep towards the end of this game. We must be after 5 or 6 ends now. Past the halfway mark.
8-3. Remembering we're still under time for these Island Championships, Alex. Obviously in section play we play 45 minutes, 10 ends. For the semi-final and final we've added an extra 15 minutes to the clock.
Yes.
Triples is a relatively quick game.
It should be an ample amount of time for them.
Yes.
To complete their final in. And a great start there again from Paul Pasala. He's on fine form and Georgia picking the line just a little bit shy.
Yeah. It's a shame Georgia's been playing so well up to this point and she's just sort of struggling a little bit coming back this way.
It's the sort of thing though, like we've spoken about the mix of experience and non-experience in this final. Once you've been to a final, the next one's never as frightening.
No.
So you can always take away positives from participating in something like this and you'll be a better player for it.
Exactly.
On her forehand again, pretty good track, just down to the weight.
Yeah, she's coming around past
Slightly overplayed, but not unhappy with that. You've got bowl past.
Yep.
Squeeze the jack out the side, then trail it back. It's happy days.
Yep. Poppleton and Skip will be happy with that.
I'm not sure. Do you know off the top of your head if Matthew and Terry have won a North Island Championship before, or an Island Championship before? I can't think of one they have won.
I'm going to say no. And if I'm wrong, I apologise. But yeah, obviously the Island Championships up here are played every third year.
Yes.
I can't recall, obviously, the Anderson name, which was Terry's maiden name up to a few weeks ago.
Not that long ago.
It's a great bowl by Darren Bell.
Yeah, no, I can't. I don't think this will be their first Island titles. I would expect that Paul Pasala will have one from one of his times, but I could be wrong.
That's quite interesting. I'm not sure as well if.
I know,
surely you would think there must have been some up in the Auckland area. And
I know players like Ken Gash and co have North Island titles from the 90s.
yeah,
If only there was a book that could be given to us by someone
yeah,
who could be roaming.
it's quite hard to get the attention of anyone, but that's fine. Everyone's obviously intent in watching this, the final. Darren Bell's just drawn the back of the jack,
Oh, what a
sat
shot.
down. Wasn't too much clapping from the skip at the time, so he may have just tipped it to the blue, but
Oh, very good. It's been a pretty high standard of bowls in this final. Matthew and Terry just talking through the options. It's a really narrow head, this one. Everyone's taken a really good green. They can be some of the toughest ones to find a shot to play, because you're always frightened if you're holding the shot of giving someone else a shelf or a split or a bowl to use.
yeah. I think Terry will be looking to be trying to get past.
She's hung on to the mat.
Yeah.
Done that well. Very good shot there from Terry Anderson. Oh, Terry Blackburn.
Yeah.
Right, I'll do some skim reading.
Simon's coming down now. He too looks like he's just trying to draw into the head. Yeah, it does look like he was just reaching, just trying to get that orange touching the blue, just to sit the blue off the head. It was a very good speed for it.
Right, in answer to our question earlier, Paul Pasala does have one North Island title. It was a triples. 21 years ago in 2000 in Tauranga. He was playing with Kevin Smith and Greg Thomas.
Right.
I wasn't playing bowls then, Mike.
I think I was.
I think you might have been too.
Yeah.
So what's happened here? We've got 2 bowls to go. Do we know who's holding the shot? Orange.
It looks like there's the one. It is close. Obviously, at the moment, it's the Blackburn team. They'll be looking at the idea of how they can protect their blue. Simon was very clear with his ambition of trying to play the front orange, pop the blue off the head. So they're now just discussing, and maybe they're talking about another block.
Ah, fair cool. Go a bit further up the mat, Matthew.
Yeah.
No, that's about, he's blocking the line. That's the line that they're envisaging that Simon would have to take with his bowl. So
Yeah.
you put one there, it does the job.
Again, Terry's drawing the opposite hand
Across
to be
the
short.
head. That's reasonable. Good shot.
Yeah. Matthew was obviously very happy.
Yeah, there was a bit of clapping going on. I do remember those North Island Championships held in Tauranga. The second one had, I believe, the worst ever logo and badge. It was there was a school competition, and they chose a crayfish holding a bowl
Right.
as the winner,
Right.
which I was not a fan of. And that was followed by...
Had you entered the competition, Alex, and not won?
I was
Is that
about,
what the issue is?
No, I was about 10 and my drawing skills went up to scratch.
Right.
But I do remember... I remember the second one, 2003. I remember that. I remember I was very surprised there was a crayfish holding a bowl on a badge.
And
How's your weight, Simon?
he's not. Oh, he's just ducked off
Just
the
a
head
little
again.
bit shy. He sort of threaded the needle. He got around the block, but just
And
that
it was
foot or two
actually
of
one
weight.
blue.
One blue. So we've gotten to a 9-3. There's a 9-3 lead now. Brilliant. Just a little technical hiccup, but we're back and we've seen what looks like another really good end of bowls. from both teams. Orange is looking to chase. What's the score again, Michael?
9-3.
9-3. So there's 6 points to chase and about 3 ends, I think, for Orange. So they'll be looking to score a number.
So Matthew coming down. Obviously, he was just looking to try and rest onto that orange. Draw the jack. He was just a little bit wide. At this point, sometimes these few ends, Alex, the 7th, 8th end can be quite interesting. A few nerves again. And sometimes people are surprised that when you are in front, it's actually quite hard and more nerve-wracking.
It is, because you start playing with a bit of freedom. You're 9-3 down, you can play with freedom. You need to score 6 points in 3 ends.
Yep.
You're 9-3 up, you think, shit, they need to score 6 points in 3 ends. They get a 2,
Yep.
and another 2, and suddenly you're 2 up.
Yep.
Which is not as comfortable.
Yep. Darren obviously trying to reach down there, probably looking for more of the split or move the blues. We were under, ball running off the end of the mat.
So on the crossover, it looks like blue's holding 1. Terry just be looking to draw another one close, a second or third shot. And wait and see what Simon and Darren can find. Just taking a reasonable line there.
So, and did we confirm that Terry hadn't won?
Yes, Terry has not won a North Island title
Right.
yet. Could be a very successful, it's got the potential to be a very successful weekend for the Blackburn household.
Yes.
Great bowl there from
Yes.
Simon.
Just looking down again now, he's giving himself some options.
Lovely little sort of spitty follow through. Is that jack, from this camera angle, it looks like the jack's going to hit the blue bowl square on the corner of the box.
Yeah.
Square-ish. It'd be nice if it was just set a little bit better. So the blues that you can see at 3, 4 and 5 o'clock, that's sort of the direction the jack's going in if it's moved, and it would mean that Simon could score no more than, say, a 2 if it's moved there. Probably be what they're looking at playing.
Yeah, and there's a couple of options here, because obviously if Terry does move it back, it makes it very hard for Simon to score multiples.
Yes, half a chance here, needs to hold. It's a little bit tight. What beautiful weight she had then.
Yes.
See it just nestling into those blues, so kinetic energy, the jack would have gone roughly there.
Well, Simon at the end's not over yet, because obviously Simon again will still be looking to try and get a 2 at least. He'd love to get a 3. That blue that's just nestled in the orange is on the other side of the mat now.
It's a pain.
It's more than a pain. But yeah, he might be on the draw and just look to try and draw and just maybe move the jack slightly.
Yeah, I think that'll be a shot on his forehand.
Might be a possibility if he can get it square enough to sit 4.
There's potential to magic a 2 or a 3 out of this one. How's
I
this?
think he's just getting tangled up.
Great effort. So 1 orange, so they're back on the board. Will he call a jack length change or not? Is it needed?
Yeah, I don't think that there would be much communication. I think he'd just want the jack up. Let Georgia try and find the weight with the jack. And be looking for Georgia to get down here now this time and put some pressure back on Paul and the blue team.
It was slightly, maybe a very slightly shorter end than what we've been seeing, and a perfect first bowl from Georgia. That's exactly what she would have been wanting to do.
Yeah.
Paul Basala on his backhand with that very methodical delivery.
Which end are we up to now, Alex?
Oh, good call. I think they've played 7 ends.
Yeah, so 3 to go?
Yes. I mean, I've been wrong before. I think they've played 7, so there's 3 to go and 5 points to score in that time, which is very, very achievable for the Orange team.
Yes.
And a reasonable start there from Georgia.
We obviously just probably got a wee bit tied up with those ends when we had that difficulty before. And lost track a little bit, sorry.
I lose track when I'm playing in the games. And Paul on his forehand a bit short. That's almost, I wouldn't call it a crack, but it's probably the first time we've seen Paul falter a tiny little bit in the lead position this game.
Just try and get the Roman. There's only 2 to go, Alex. So we'll be looking here to really make sure that there's
for sure.
So I'll be looking to set something up here for, again, a 2 at least, a 3
A
would
3
be
would be
great.
nicer. A 3 because you can back yourself
Yep.
to get a 2 to force a further end. And both teams will know that that's the situation. If both of them have played enough bowls to understand the psychology of that sort of place.
Matthew's drawn the shot here, which is a very good bowl. Again, Darren now follow that bowl down, look for the jack.
I know also Matthew's father Andrew's here watching Matthew play.
Oh, right.
And he's been doing that for about 10 years now, so I applaud his commitment there. Matthew played a couple of bowls in the game. I was sitting next to Andrew in the semi-final.
Great
Just
bowl
quickly,
here.
what a brilliant shot there from Darren. They've given themselves a chance. But Matthew played a bowl, he was 2 or 3 inches short, and I said, oh, that's a pretty good bowl. And he said, no, he's short, which is, I think, a very father attitude, a good attitude there. And Matthew obviously always striving to be a bit better.
Right. And how we looking just maybe a little bit tight rubbing off.
That's not gone well.
How's the... Just not quite sure. Seeing how it sits. It looks like it could be 3.
2 or 3.
Could even be a measure with that back orange, back blue.
Yeah, you may as well be into it from your blue point of view.
Yeah.
If Terry kills it, what are you, 2 up last end, last bowl?
Yeah.
That's defensible. You don't want orange to be scoring more than a 2 in this situation. Conversely, orange is going, well, we've got a wild chance here.
No, so Simon will be coming down. I think he'll be looking to draw in again. Just try and tap that white orange around a little bit more.
Get it locked in on that blue bowl that you can see just a foot or so short of the spot. He's given himself a chance. If it breaks back in time, that's
Yes,
a good shot
that's
there
a
from
very good
Simon
bowl.
Poppleton. Very good bowl. Sitting with 4, you may as well be up to it. Yeah, looking to, what are we ideally looking to hit that blue that sits at 4 or 5 o'clock into the split, or would you be looking for something different?
I think that Terry should be probably looking at not going for the blue so much because if she's a wee bit wide and flicks the orange over, she'll be probably looking to be under it, make contact.
Pop the jack back to 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and more controlled speed just into the head. And we're coming down now.
Backhand.
And on that split.
Oh, good. She played it pretty well.
Yeah, head's still sitting all right. I mean, it's still probably 3 orange. Simon's probably be able to go back to the hand he played before and draw around the 2 shorter blues.
And that blue bowl that you can see sitting on the corner of the square has become extremely important for Terry's team.
Yes.
Even if it's to cut the count down to 1 or 2, if the jack gets moved back, it will be very, very helpful.
Yep.
Simon endeavouring to add a bonus, just getting a little bit bogged, still holding 3. So it's a big bowl here from Terry Blackburn.
It may actually just help Terry because obviously now with her speed, she's got that wee blue bowl that's just sat, less chance to go through the hole. Could be looking to just get a wee rub off it.
Yeah, you're 5 up, second to last end. It's an opportunity to win the game here. This is almost a game-winning shot, or a shot which will decide whether it's going to be close. Terry down to play the bowl now.
Yep. Again, it'll
On
be
her
just that little bit,
backhand.
just that anxious moment and a few nerves, but bowl's on its way.
Looking to pick the gap. That's what she needs.
And
She
did
picked
run
it
off the head.
and just ran through. She played it well. She didn't do much wrong there. But it's looking like a 2 or a 3 to orange on this. A 2 to orange on that penultimate end, which brings the score to 6-9 on the last end of this North Island Championship triples final. And stressy times all round, I would suggest.
So again, it's a slightly longer jack. This bowl from Georgia.
Good shot there from Georgia, just past.
Oh, sorry, Rum.
3. Oh.
Yeah, it was a 3 that last end.
Well, even more stressy, I would add to my previous statement.
Yeah.
So
And Georgia's bowl past the jack again.
yeah, it's brilliant.
That's what the skip would be looking for.
We're going to see an extra end here. Michael, what's your call?
I'll say yes.
Cool.
Yeah. and the only reason I'm going to say yes is because I'm just enjoying this and here talking with you, Alex. It's
Oh,
been a
thank you.
pleasure.
That's kind. Even if I have accidentally insulted 3 or 4 different groups of people, it has been a fun chat.
Yes.
Nothing different there, I suppose. And 2 good bowls from Georgia. Past the head with both of them, so that's exactly what Simon and Darren will be looking for.
Yeah, and Paul will be trying to get past the jack with this bowl, trying to cover those. He's just looking like he's onto the jack. Just slight
Pull it
movement.
back a little bit. You could put flashing lights on that saying "drag me back, trail me."
Yes.
That's what Darren will be looking to do here. So Paul played 2 good bowls, but he's just popped the jack out to the side, and we'll be seeing that position used, I think.
And this will be a bowl, the type of shot that Darren Bell's probably played thousands of times before.
Absolutely, he's watching it intently.
Draw.
Wants it to break.
Just,
Probably slightly overplayed, I think.
Yeah, just probably a little bit anxious. Maybe just, again, it's that little bit of pressure sneaking into their game.
Yeah. Matthew's still going to have to play a really good bowl to remove that shot, though. He's been called on the forehand to try and draw to those 2 oranges.
Yeah, and he might actually just be sneaking through the hole.
That's a bit stiff.
Yeah. But again, it's still another good bowl past the jack. Darren will be coming down again.
Yeah, just settle himself down. Always takes time, nice methodical delivery. There's Darren.
The crowd's gone all quiet here, Alex.
Yeah, on his forehand.
Still waiting for the
He's
response.
watching it.
Just rubbing, but I'll tell you what.
Good shot, good bowl.
You've got to be happy with that.
Set himself up lovely. They've got the position at the back of the head. You can see the 2 oranges that sit at 3 o'clock.
So now this is where obviously Terry's now got to be looking at it, and if she's going to try to cover those oranges again, and then that does leave a bit of an issue that Popperton can draw in there again for 2 on the head.
Yeah.
But yeah, another back bowl I think Terry will be looking for.
Absolutely, and Matthew set himself up on his forehand. He played a pretty good bowl last time. It swung a bit more than he would have liked it to. This one's taken a nice arc. How far down's it going to get? That's the question.
Yeah,
That's really good.
Very good. It is in that hole again, so we might see it's whether Popperton will be favouring to actually try to dead draw the gap, to be sitting a front toucher type thing, or whether he might still look to be playing and reaching.
Yeah, you make that call. Where do you want your 2 to be? Do you want it to be on the spot, or do you want it to be out where the corner of the square is? I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him reaching through here.
Yeah.
There goes my good call. What I was trying to say is just draw the split.
And yeah, he's probably a bit unlucky there. The way he's just ran into the jack and it's just sat against the Farquhar bowls, sitting behind the jack now.
Sort of locked the jack from going to those 2 oranges, which was the position for the orange team. So now Terry and Co are in a position where she doesn't want to be playing her last bowl. So how do we make that happen?
Yeah. She looks like she's going to come the same way that obviously Matthew did before. Just making sure, I think there's no options for the jack coming out here towards the orange. And she's just sitting on the edge one. So
good shot.
It does limit the speed that maybe Simon can play down onto the bare jack to try and squeeze it to the side.
I think Orange has done most of what they could have possibly done on this last end.
Of course, the semi-final, those that were here witnessed Simon Popperton play a couple of great bowls in the last couple of ends.
Totally, absolutely. And as I said before, you do that in a competition and you just have that little bit of confidence to play those bowls and to know that you can make it happen. So he'll find a shot, nominate it and give it his best go. There's a chance he could try and hit that orange that sits at, I don't know what you call it, sort of 9 o'clock where this angle is, into those 2 blues. You're probably getting jack movement then. Or you can try and rattle the jack on his backhand through that orange that's at 12 o'clock. It might rattle off both blues out to the side, but they've got a blue bowl there as well. So I don't know, he'll find something. I can't see much.
And obviously he only needs to look for the 2, force an extra end.
I suppose that split on the backhand's not looking horrible, is it?
No. I think they're favouring more looking at that split.
Yeah.
The way that Darren's just holding his hand there against the blue bowl. They'll obviously take a little bit more time with this bowl. It could actually be the last of the game.
Absolutely.
Could be the last of their championship hopes.
Yeah, so they're looking at backhand through that split, trying to get a good crunch on the jack. Poppy's very, very good at these bowls. He'll play it with the right weight to get that result.
And we're coming down
on its way down the mat. Oh,
And
great effort.
unfortunately, that's the shake of the hands.
Not enough. So thank you very much for joining me in commentary today, Mike. It was enjoyable. It was good. And thanks, obviously, to everyone else. So with that, I'm going to read my little bit of paper that says that wraps up the coverage, and congratulations to Terry Blackburn, Matthew Farquhar and Paul Pasala for winning the North Island Championship triples. And thanks to the Matt side team here today, Joy, Sean, who's asleep in the car, Uncle Dave, myself, I suppose, and Mike and everyone else who's helped out. That's us signing off, and good night.